Now listen, I don't want you to go letting me down like you did the last time.
Well, I was busy. All I did was suggest you get out of council.
Oh, I figured it was because I was in a no-win situation.
No, actually, I'm pretty resigned to no-win situations, Eunice. Almost everyone I represent
Yeah, but
has...
this isn't about you, is it? So how about you just let me finish talking here? I am being unfairly treated by a system that does not understand the needs of women.
You stole a police cruiser.
Yeah, to chase after my husband who was on his way to meet his girlfriend. Any woman would have done the same thing.
Actually, no, they wouldn't.
So you're not going to get behind me on this. What about the public safety issues?
Which are?
Which are, he was drinking and he was driving so fast that going after him probably prevented a fatal accident. And plus the fact, I never would have been able to steal that cop's car if he hadn't left it to go chat up those hookers.
And these are all things you want me to tell the judge?
I'm prepared to say I acted without thinking. But my husband's a cheating bastard and I probably prevented a major collision. So I should have to go to jail?
Considering your record.
My record's full of all kinds of other women's issues.
Yeah, assaults on your husband.
The unshared housework, being cut out of major financial decisions, and being cheated on with drunken bitches he picks up at the track. I mean, a woman can only take so much before she lashes out.
Okay, you're right. I will just do my best.
Yeah, I know, you'll do your best. How often do I hear that? From lawyers, from collection agents, from my lying, stinking husband when he's begging me to stop hitting him. Everybody's gonna do their best. But does that make my life any better, Alice?
No?
That's right. No. Oh, what the hell? You do your best and I'll throw myself on the mercy of the court and we'll see what happens.
Right then. So, we've got a plan.
When I grow up, I'll make things happen. And I know everything will be perfect. And I know I will say all the right things. And I know I won't hurt anybody. And that's how it will be when I grow up. When I grow up, I'll make things happen.
Okay, look, if I put something out on the curb, it is garbage. The garbage collectors don't get to decide whether or not something qualifies as garbage. If I deem it to be garbage, I want it taken away.
And with all of that festering in your mind, you attacked the garbage collector.
Attacked is an exaggeration.
According to the police, you insulted him, and then you whacked him over the head with the lid of your trash
I
can.
was defending my rights as a taxpayer.
And that's going to be your position in court?
My property taxes went up again this year. How much of that goes to paying garbage collectors? Because clearly none of it goes to improving the efficiency of the justice system.
He needed 30 stitches.
This desk had been sitting here for a month.
Now it's been there for 2, Cameron. I mean, we're all sick of it, the whole street.
Oh, hi, Brooke.
Hi, James. What are you doing here?
I'm his lawyer.
Really? Well, why didn't you try to talk some sense into him?
Yeah.
Cameron, get rid of the desk. It's an eyesore.
Don't waste your time telling me, call the sanitation department. She's not been very nice to me since you moved out. What did you do, something to turn her off, man?
Probably, and I didn't move out. She kicked me out. How are the kids?
They're great. Are you coming to Melanie's birthday party? Or are you anticipating another relapse?
No, I should be there as long as the pills hold out.
Well, we won't hold our breath. Get rid of the desk, Cameron. It's pissing people off.
It'd be nice if you could show me a little neighborly support, Brooke, because I supported the two of you when you wanted speed bumps, so.
That's right, he did.
That's right. You did.
You see? She's a totally different person. And I think she really loves you.
Yeah, I can feel the warmth. Look, go put some clothes on. We need to get to court.
Yeah. Although if I went like this, you could probably get me off for being mentally unstable, right?
Well, let's keep that option open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But I need you to call my probation officer and ask him to tell my mother that I moved in with a new mother and I don't even need her anymore.
Okay.
Then my mother has to call the rest of my family and tell them I don't need them anymore either.
Okay, because you've got a new family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And my new families, they got ginger tea, which is really good for my hypoglycemia. And my hypoglycemia is something else I got from my old family I don't need either.
Okay, and you want your probation officer to know all these things?
Well, my probation officer has to know everything, right? That's the law. Yeah. So does a judge.
Right, and do you want me to tell the judge the same things that I tell the probation officer?
No, just that you told my probation officer.
Okay.
Then I need you to help me change my ID, because I got a new address, right? And the ID has to be official, so I need you to help me get a driver's license. And then if you could tell me that you've done all that, right? Because so that I don't worry. Can you do all that?
Well, I can do some of it, yeah.
Okay, so you can help me get a driver's license, huh?
Well, do you know how to drive?
No.
I can't help you do that
Yeah,
then.
but I need something official, right, with my address on it. So can you
Yeah.
help me get that? Because if you don't, I think I'm in trouble.
Well, sure, I'll do my best.
Okay.
You know what? So aside from, thanks, aside from getting a new mother and her family, how have you been?
I'm fit. They could tell almost immediately that there is nothing wrong with my mental state.
Nothing at all?
You find that hard to believe.
You did burn down your brother's shed.
But did I kill him? Did I run a stake through his heart? Did I crush him to death?
You know, most people don't need to go that far before there's a determination of some sort of instability.
The point is, I exercised restraint, and that's a sign of rationality. Look, those doctors were actually quite impressed with me.
You have some experience with psychiatrists.
Both my brother and my mother have been under psychiatric observation a number of times, and if you keep asking me questions like this, I'm going to get annoyed. The point is, I'm fit. And I can qualify for bail.
Yeah, not without a surety, you can't.
Well, somebody was supposed to contact my wife from the hospital and get her to fly in. She's probably already here.
Why didn't you tell me you had a wife before this?
Because I wanted to know if my mother cared enough to come bail me out. But now that I know Timmy's probably killed her, there's no point in that little exercise, is there?
There's no indication that your mother is dead or that Tim had anything to do with her disappearance.
And you know this because you've conducted a thorough investigation?
There's no evidence that she's even disappeared. Tim says she's at the family cottage.
There is no family cottage. How often do I have to tell you that?
Did you tell the doctors that? I mean, did it ever come up?
Why would I bring up something that doesn't exist? Look, there is a case against you for negligence if you don't do something about this. You understand me?
Well, someone from my office is going there today.
Where?
To the cottage. Tim gave me directions.
Well, then they got directions to a figment of his imagination. Look, just get me out of here, please, and I will handle it myself.
I'll speak to your wife when she comes, and then we...
Take a translator. She doesn't speak English.
Okay, what kind of translator?
Italian. Could be Portuguese.
You don't know what language your wife speaks?
We haven't had a chance to get to know each other very well. It was a marriage of convenience. It could be Greek.
Don't worry, soon is everything going to be perfect.
My computer's down. Why do we have to have all these cables all over the room?
I told you Alice wants all the computers networked.
I'm sure she meant wireless.
Nah, wireless is shit. Too much interference. You know, you got cell phones, thick walls, and besides, you need a security system or anyone can penetrate you.
I'm sorry?
Well, you don't want just anyone.
Penetrating? No, not just anyone.
Did you hire him because you wanted to have sex with him?
No, I hired him because he works cheap.
So you don't want to have sex with him?
Are you kidding? I like to be chained to his bed till the moment I die.
Hello. I'm here. Excuse me, I'm here.
Yeah. Hi.
Is it still okay or?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, great. Thanks, Ronnie. I really appreciate this.
What's he doing here?
Well, they raised the rent in his office, and he can't afford it, the poor bastard.
So you told him he could work here with us?
Just until he finds something.
Shit. I mean, how can you get anything done when they sell you garbage like this, hijo de una gran puta? Okay, I gotta go replace this.
Do you want me to come with you?
You know, normally I would say yes, but I gotta give those guys a piece of my mind. And when I do, I get worked up. I get really worked up!
Oh, I don't mind seeing you get worked up.
Excuse me, I'm expecting someone to drop off a gun, so when she gets here,
I'm sorry?
maybe...
A gun?
Yeah, it's part of a plea arrangement. My client's girlfriend is bringing
No,
it
no,
in.
no.
Just hand
I don't
it
want to
over
be anywhere near a gun.
You're not going to be here anyway. Because Alice's client is worried about what happened to his mother, so she wants you to go up and check out the family cabin.
She's
perfect.
sending me
So-
someplace where she suspects foul play.
Well, actually, she wanted me to go, but I have to be here when Eduardo gets back.
I can be here when he gets back.
What are you going to do with him?
No one says, hey, are you fucking kidding?
Is that a goose or a
The
duck?
amount we spent on cars is obscene. And you know what? The automotive industry used to contribute to society, you know, creating all those jobs, giving life to the middle class.
It looks like a
And now,
goose.
oh, there's an
Yeah.
extinct concept, big business, actually strengthening the middle class.
Can you help me out
come
here
on.
for a second?
What?
Is that a goose or not?
Yes. Yeah, it's a goose.
Okay.
I mean, come on, what the hell is wrong with you?
Oh,
Come
it's
on.
these new antidepressants. They dull my perception of detail. Oh, hey, Gavin.
Nice try.
Look, I've got to imprint this entrance on my mind, or I'm never going to be able to find my car again.
You know what? You're not supposed to find it. These garages are designed so that you never leave. That's why the exit signs never actually point to the exit. They lead you deeper inside. You know what? They draw you irreversibly to the VIP car wash because you can keep spending even more money. I mean, it's all part of a great scheme to never stop selling, never stop advertising.
Why don't you just stop talking for a second?
Yeah, sure. But come on. Doesn't it eat away at you? I mean, the whole world is designed to make things harder, you know, getting rid of your garbage. I mean, leaving a parking garage. There, hello. Look, see, walking down a street.
Yes.
Come here.
How many times?
Excuse me. You shouldn't really be using that thing because it prevents you from demonstrating the slightest sensitivity to the world around you. There's a...
Can you hold on 1 second? I'm sorry, do I know you?
Yeah, I'm your brother. You probably don't recognize me because when we were growing up, you were too busy using your cell phone to really get to know me.
Is there something wrong with him?
Oh, not yet. Hey, I was making a point there.
Yeah, and that's how you got into this mess in the first place, by making a point with that garbage man.
That garbage man was drunk on power, and he was taking advantage of me. That woman with her, her tunnel vision and her earpiece.
Look, you cannot be all worked up like this when we get into court. You want to go to jail.
If going to jail would teach the Toronto Sanitation Department that they can not rule this city with an iron fist, then
I worked very hard to negotiate your plea agreement, and if you mess it up, I am going to be extremely upset with you.
Oh, no, God forbid. I should have set my lawyer. Yeah, lawyers. Don't get me started on you guys.
I'm not listening to this,
Hey,
okay?
I am paying you to listen to me. James, no. Hey, no!
Next over 5,000, possession of stolen property, dangerous driving, impersonating a peace officer.
When did she do that?
When she turned on the siren.
No, she was just trying to get him to pull over.
There's a distinction there I'm missing.
Probably not. The point is she's willing to plead. She says she's sorry she stole the car. She only did it because her husband was drunk and she wanted to stop him from driving under the influence.
Well, what a reasonable woman. And here she comes now.
That machine ate my money.
I'm sorry.
What about you? Are you sorry?
Profoundly.
Well, can you get it for me?
How?
Well, just give me the money and then submit a check for it.
Check.
Eunice, I need to talk to the Crown Attorney alone here for a moment. Would you just...
Oh, sure. But be sure to tell him about my women's issues.
I'll be sure.
Because when it comes right down to it, that's what it's all about.
Well, it's good that it's about something.
She maintains that this all stems from her husband's lack of appreciation.
Oh, I think he appreciates someone, just not her. Or, to put it in her own words, that piece of shit was off to bang his skanky girlfriend, and I wasn't going to let him get away with it.
So what's your position?
My position is that she did a very bad thing, Alice. She stole a police car and engaged in a high-speed chase through a heavily populated part of the city. I think that's worth some time in jail.
How much?
9 months, which is actually pretty lenient. And that's only because I've taken into consideration her women's issues.
Help me! Please just come down here and help me, okay? No, nobody knows where I'm supposed to be. I'm not gonna calm down. If you wanted me to be calm, you would have come with me. I did fucking ask you, you stupid cow! What are you staring at?
Are you okay? Do you need...
I asked you what you're staring at. Do I know you? Do you want something from me?
Lanny, it's okay. Look, you can just come with me, all right?
Yeah? Is that what's supposed to happen? Because nobody tells me shit here, right?
Okay, it's okay. Just go upstairs to my office. I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah, go here, go there, like I got all fucking day or something! You keep staring at me, we're gonna have a problem.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He's on something. He's bipolar and he has a tendency to self-medicate. You know, booze and crystal meth or some other volatile combination.
He's pretty upset with someone on the phone just now.
And probably one of his parents. They were supposed to bring him in here today, but I think they just can't cope. I'm trying to put him together with a new psychiatrist. He assaulted the last one.
Are you going to be okay with him?
Here's hoping.
The warmer the atmosphere, the more mold floating in the air. Mold is everywhere. We inhale it, we eat it, we excrete it. It's on our clothes. It's in the lungs of our innocent children.
But Gordon, do you actually remember the first question that I asked you? Because it had nothing to do with mold.
Of course it did.
No.
You asked me why I broke into that building.
That's right. But so you broke into the Ministry of the Environment because of mold?
Because it's too much for the soft lungs of a child. Increased respiratory illness in children is a sign, Elliot.
Okay.
Do you think they want that information out there now?
I don't know.
When they've got all this money invested in researching Mars?
Researching Mars?
And why are they researching Mars? Because they've given up on Earth.
You know what? We really need to deal with these charges, okay? Break and enter and mischief and giving up on the Earth?
They tell us not to use PFCs because it contributes to global warming. But the real reason is they're hoarding all the PFCs so they can spray them on Mars to warm it faster so we can colonize it. It's the big business of the future. Because as soon as it warms up, real estate there is going to be worth billions.
You know what? You freak me out when you talk like this. You know, you really do. Because now you got me thinking about excreting mold and moving to Mars and giving up on the Earth. I mean, how... I mean, that's got to be the saddest thing I think I've ever... How am I supposed to concentrate on getting you out of jail, Gordon, when you've put all that stuff in my head now?
Well, is there anything I can do to help?
What? Yeah, you know what you could do? Tell me, but really simply, why you broke into the Ministry of the Environment.
To find the records.
Excellent. What records?
The records they keep on asthmatic children.
Okay.
Because their condition reveals government complicity with industry. And that's bad enough, but I think they're planning something worse.
Of course you do.
In order to hide the evidence, they're going to extract the mold from inside these children. And I'm sure the procedure will be extremely invasive.
Right. Do you ever think that maybe it's time to put the conspiracy theories aside?
I think it's time we developed some new ones. I mean, given the sophistication of the people we're up against.
His wife, yeah. Some third-rate nightclub performer from a South American cesspool. When my mother got wind of what he'd done, she went to bed for a month. That man has spent every extra cent he ever earned on prostitutes, and now he's gone and married one. And this one's a predator.
So she's just after him for his money?
My mother's money. Greg never made more than $30,000 a year.
Okay, so he's not a plastics exec, are you sure?
Look, I know he lies convincingly, but you can't be taken in. Now that he's tricked those doctors into letting him out, my mother's life is in real jeopardy.
Yeah.
Thank God she's safe at the cottage.
Yeah, about the cottage.
Oh, I made you a map.
No, you gave me a map yesterday.
Yeah, this one's more detailed. See, the thing is, it can be a little tricky. From some vantage points, it looks like it's not actually there.
Okay, but if it doesn't...
Just make sure she stays put. I'd go myself, but I've got those reports to file for Ottawa. And that envious bastard destroyed my work. He put the Department of National Defense in a tailspin.
Yeah.
Anyway, he is your client. And if you can stop him from doing this, you'll be helping him out, won't you?
Well...
Oh, Jesus, look at this.
That's her?
Yeah, I forgot to tell you, Francesca's a man. He married a man, for Christ's sake. I mean, he's not even gay, so what's that about? I think she's a professional killer, and he married her for her dark talents.
Alice, you
Francesca?
are Alice. Si. Yes, for Greg. I bring it for Greg.
For Greg, for his bail.
Look at all that cash! Ask him where he got it.
Where'd you...
You killed my mother, didn't you, you cheap whore? You forced her to empty her bank accounts, and then you buried her in the woods.
Tim, she just flew in from Vancouver.
Oh, like hell she did. She's been hanging around the tranny bars for a month.
How do you know that?
Because I've been hanging out there, too. You know, just to keep an eye on her. You did it for Greg, didn't you? You and your friends. You followed her to the cottage, and then you killed her. Alice.
Yeah?
Whoever you sent up there, you should maybe call them. The place could still be swarming with them.
With them?
Killer transvestites. Make the call. Oh, actually, don't bother. They don't get a signal up there.
Alice, look, money.
Yeah, my mother's money, you son of a bitch, you perfume, bitch, you murdering son of a, you bitch.
I think we're lost.
Nope, we're good. We're at that X there.
How can you be sure we're not at that X?
Because we passed that X at the dotted line. Took me a while to figure this out, but now I know where I'm going. Look, we're almost there, see?
No.
Trust me, come on. Keep up.
Elliot, come here. Oh, hurry, come on. He hasn't got all day.
Who?
He's gonna help me get an ID.
What kind of an ID?
I can do a driver's license or a health card in 4 hours.
Okay.
Passport takes a little longer, but I can do that.
Okay, cool. Can you excuse us for a sec?
Hey, I'm in a bit of a hurry here. Look, I just got released and I'm kind of worked up about seeing my woman.
Okay. Look, you can't buy an ID from him.
But without ID, I can't prove where I live.
I know, but if you buy an ID from him, you're going to end up living in jail. Okay? You know what? Could you wait right here? Just stay right there. Don't talk to him, all right?
The rules of humanity.
Okay, what's going on?
She had a run-in with CAS.
I was just trying to get visitation. Did you see Gordon? Is he all right? When can he come home?
Well, I don't know. Hey, tell me something. Did Gordon tell you that he was going to break into that building?
Sure. We had a plan. He went for the records, and I went to confirm the state of Noah's health.
CAS canceled their visitation, and Gordon and Gloria decided that was because their child was ill.
Which he is. A mother can feel these things when my son's throat closes over. So does mine.
You're asthmatic too?
I have sympathetic breathing problems. A friend gave me this. He found it on the subway.
Yeah, is it helping?
Yes, thank you. Did you remember to lock the door?
Oh, I tried to remember, but I forgot. Are you going to kick me out?
Of course not. You are so insecure.
Oh, be careful, my back.
Careful of his back. Wait a minute. Are you telling me that Gordon and Gloria are your new family?
Oh, yeah, I'm sleeping on their couch.
Oh.
We got to talk about this ID because I need to get going.
He needs $75.
He cannot buy ID from you.
Sure he can. What's the sweat? He could even have his real name on it.
Oh, yeah, I'd have to have my real name on it, or, what's the point?
Well, sometimes it's better to have a new name.
No, it's not.
Maybe if we all had new names, and then it would be harder for them to take your children away from you.
No, it wouldn't. Could you help me explain, please?
Yeah, I'm tired of explaining. It doesn't help.
She's right. Explanations about the law don't do anything to protect us from forces that would seek to destroy all the love in the world.
See? Excuse me.
Oh, don't go, though. Hey.
Oh, hey, you could explain something about the law to me. Like, if a person can't legally prove he's who he is, then legally, who is he, huh?
That's a good question.
No,
And here is another good question.
No.
If a person can't prove who you are legally, can they take something away from you that's legally yours?
No way.
What?
Okay, then. We need new ID.
No, we don't.
Maybe it will make it harder for them to hurt us. One for every member of the family.
No.
Including me?
Of course. How much would it cost?
75 each.
Hey,
unless
come
you
on.
want passports.
Oh, passports would be good.
No, passports would not be good. You know what? The last thing you want these days is an illegal passport.
But if it could mean that I could start over, I could be someone new, someone without hypoglycemia and certain problems concentrating, huh?
Well, hey, I got problems concentrating. That's okay. That's just the way that we are. Oh, you know what? I promise you, I'm gonna get you an ID.
But what about my family?
Oh, I'm gonna help your family too. Okay, I promise. Okay, just promise.
Ah, it hurts.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my back.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
You are damn right I lost my temper. That desk had been rotting out there for over 3 weeks. I wrote a little letter. There we go. Right? Dear sanitary engineer, please deem this old desk to be refuse. Yours truly, Resident. Very nice, right? But when I woke up, I saw those Nazi bastards just leaving it behind again.
Well, maybe it was just too big for the truck.
No. They didn't take it because they didn't feel like lifting it. They think that they are lords of the refuse, but really, they are only transporters of the refuse. I'm the one who gets to decide what is garbage. If I decide my $3,000 TV is garbage, then it is garbage.
Okay, I guess. Technically, that's a guilty plea.
And Mr. Tierney would like to remind the court that he's very sorry.
Oh, no, I am not sorry.
Yeah, yes, you are. You are very, very sorry, because otherwise, why would I go to the trouble of arranging this plea?
Okay, do I actually have to be sorry, Your Honor? Because, and I would like to make this perfectly clear, I am not in any way sorry.
Doesn't sound like he's sorry.
I hit the guy. I know it's illegal, and I don't feel bad about it at all. In fact, I want that put on the public record, okay? Hopefully published in some legal journal for future generations to study it, because there are some things in this life that are worth fighting for. I've seen those garbage guys going through my recycle bin looking for beer bottles to exchange for cash. Well, to me, that is a breach of public trust as far as I'm concerned, and they should be charged with theft. Well, am I right or aren't I? And what are you gonna do about that, huh?
Mr. K,
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe he's talking to you.
Sorry, I must have drifted off.
I don't think we're quite finished here, Mr. Ryder.
Brooke!
Mr. Ryder!
Where are you going?
Home.
But didn't you come here to talk?
No, I came here to remind myself what you put most of your focus and what's left of your mind on these days. Do you think you really helped that asshole out in there? I mean, do you think it was worth the effort?
You know that not all of my clients are like Cameron. Most of them are...
Desperate people who need and deserve your help. Yes. I know. Are you coming to Melanie's birthday party or not?
I told you that I was. And I know that you heard me say it because I saw you not.
Well, did you remember to pick her up a present?
Of course I did.
Because if you forgot, I'll pick one up for you.
Well, I said that I got one and I got one, okay?
Okay, then. See ya.
What kind of gun is this? It looks like an antique.
Whatever.
No. This is no good.
Look, you said you get a better deal if I burn any guns, so...
Not any gun, the gun.
The police want the gun that he used in the robbery. They want to know it's off the street.
Yeah, well, Montel called me from jail and he told me to bring in this one. He wants to keep the other one in case he needs it.
In case he needs it? For what? Why am I asking you that? Just tell him he's an idiot if he thinks I'm bringing this to the police.
You really want me to tell him you think he's an idiot?
Of course not. I don't want to hurt his feelings. Just say I asked if I could have the other one, okay? And say I asked nicely. Very nicely. Sweetly almost. Innocently.
Did you hear something? Did you hear that?
That's just that mother wolf with the 2 pups. I saw them a while back. They're good. Pretty.
Mother wolves? That's great.
Mr. Ray, what's happening?
Yeah, I am prepared to show cause, Your Worship.
Crown seeks detention.
On what grounds?
Primary. There's concern he might not return for any or all of his court appearances. He lives out of province, has no previous record of employment.
I work for myself. Will you please tell them about my role in the plastics revolution?
We'll get to that in a minute, sir. Let's hear the allegations, Miss Menon.
The police and fire departments responded to a call on Sackville Street about a fire in the backyard of a residence. When they arrived, they found the accused dancing naked in front of a burning shed.
Dancing? My clothes were smoldering and I was trying to take them off. I might have been hopping around a little bit, but dancing? They are trying to make me out to be some kind of a weirdo.
When asked by an officer if he had set the fire, the accused then responded by issuing a series of yelps and trying to jump the backyard fence.
I was trying to get some distance from the fire. My skin was about to blister.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
What's he doing?
Your Worship, I have a potential surety, and Ms. Gianni is present to be translator
What's he saying to her? Get him away from her.
Your Worship...
Get him away or I am going to get upset.
Okay, just, excuse me, just indulgence for just a moment, please, Your Worship. Tim, what's going on?
Nothing. I was just apologizing for my earlier rudeness.
He wanted me to ask her if she would join him later for dinner.
You're hitting on her?
I just want her to know that I have nothing against transsexuals. In fact...
He said he couldn't get her out of his mind.
Yes. It came as quite a shock. I mean, who would have thought?
Speak up. I can't hear you.
Be quiet, sir.
I need to know what's going on.
So do I. But if I can be patient, so can you.
Is your mother lying dead in a shallow grave somewhere?
What?
I just need to get out of here so I can find her, and at the very least, give her a proper funeral.
Mr. Ray?
Yes, coming, Your Worship. Here, come with me. This is Francesca Agostino. She is Mr. Lovely's wife.
I'm sorry, his what?
Yes, I believe they have a common law relationship. They share an abode in Vancouver, and Ms. Agostino is currently employed as
entertainment consultant.
I'm sorry, could we just get back for a moment to the comment about the mother in the shallow grave?
Don't worry about that. He's not well. He should be in a psychiatric ward, but he tricked them.
Ms. DeRay?
Well, he was found fit, Your Worship, but he has some concerns about the whereabouts of his mother.
And just how does all this pertain to the arson charge?
I don't know.
That's why she doesn't love you anymore, Timmy. You ignored her, and she began to loathe you.
She worshipped the ground I walked on.
Notice how he used the past tense.
So did he.
Counsel, the buried mother.
Actually, we don't know if the mother is buried.
He wanted her out of the way.
He wanted her money.
I don't need her money. I have a huge career in plastics.
You are a sad, delusional fool.
So you are concerned about your mother's well-being. Is that right, sir?
Well, I was, but I think I might have jumped to conclusions. That's why I wanted to ask Francesca here out tonight to apologize about all that.
No, you keep away from her. She's mine. Look at him. He's smitten with her. He's almost drooling.
Should this case be sent over to mental health court, Mr. Ray?
Actually, I don't know where it belongs.
Where are you going? Where do you think you're taking her?
She doesn't want to be here, Greg. I can tell. She wants to come with me. It's just like Mom all over again. She likes me better.
Follow him! He's gonna kill her just like he killed our mother. Can't you see that this is about jealousy? Follow him! He's killed before. Puppies, kittens, hedgehogs, rabbits. None of the pets were safe, Your Honor. None of them. Please go. Just go and get after him. Please.
Want something from me?
Lanny, it's okay. Lanny, just listen to me. Just stop and listen.
No, shut up. Stop talking about it.
It's part of your bail. You have to see a doctor.
I said shut up.
Okay, why don't we just go back up?
No, you make me go back or I'll hurt you. I'll smash your head in.
Hey, you can't just come in.
It's okay, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So what's it to you? You hear me? It's okay. It's okay, you dumb bitch.
Oh,
I do
not want to see a piece of paper in the municipal building, okay? I do not want to sign 8 pieces of paper.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you poor, for yours is the kingdom of God. Watch as they come upon me, with swords and clubs in pursuit of me to take me from this place. But I am ready. I am your song, and the voice for your song.
Well, here, you'll need this.
Come on, people. We need to take a more pragmatic approach here. I mean, there are some pretty big questions that are not going to be answered by delusionals who think they're Jesus Christ, okay? I mean, our problems are way too complicated for religion. There's not going to be some prophet coming down to solve the public parking fiasco in this city or to make the lake cleaner.
Cameron, do you remember when the judge said something about keeping the peace and your good behavior? These are conditions of your probation.
Oh, what? So I'm supposed to stifle my concerns now?
Well,
we have some big questions that need real answers, and we need them fast. I mean, what are we going to do about our deteriorating infrastructure? Our roads, our power grid, and what about our hospitals? But first, we have to get the sanitation department under control.
I like it here, these people, they listen to you.
Yeah, how about that?
We have paid cash up front. Our money is on the table, and our litter is in the streets.
I'm feeling good about this. There's a woman judge in that court today.
No, that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Oh, come on. What woman hasn't had some rotten prick screw around on her and wanted to run the son of a bitch off the road? Not that I intended to do that. I was only worried he was going to cause an accident.
Right.
It's all about public safety.
I thought it was all about women's issues.
Well, yeah, public safety's a fallback position. Well, unless you think it works better the other way around.
I'm not sure any of it works anyway.
Oh, you don't? Well, maybe I should be going for a trial then.
Yeah, you know, maybe you should. I mean, I wouldn't be available. I'm all booked up, but I'm sure I could find somebody who'd be happy
Are you
to take...
kidding? I'm not doing nothing without you, Alice. Not with the bond of understanding we've got. No, I think we should go for it. Like I said, I got a good feeling.
Officer Rubin had pulled over to investigate 2 suspicious-looking women.
Hawkers?
Who had disappeared into an alley. And while he was trying to ascertain what the women were doing...
Or whether they'd be doing it to him.
Please be quiet, ma'am.
Well, I don't like it when cops take advantage of hookers to get a little action.
It's a women's issue, Your Honor. Ms. McGilvery is an ardent feminist.
Yeah, so what's wrong with that? You know, I don't like the tone he's using.
What tone is that, ma'am?
It's the same tone that you've got, and I'd like you both to stop.
Eunice, just...
I'm just saying, is they're both giving me tone.
May I continue?
Yeah, sure.
I was asking her. As I was saying, the officer was otherwise occupied when Ms. McGilvery ran up to his cruiser, jumped in, and took off after a red Ford Escort. She proceeded to weave in and out of traffic.
What traffic? That street was practically empty.
Except for a bus, which Ms. McGilvery narrowly missed when she swerved into the northbound lane on Sherborne Street.
No, I have no memory of that.
Are you disputing the facts, ma'am? Because if you are, I'll strike the plea.
No, that won't be necessary. This matter has to be... I mean, my client would like this resolved today. Perhaps we could allow her to clarify her remark regarding the bus.
Oh, there could have been a bus, I don't know. I was pretty worked up. My husband's leaving me for another woman after years of neglect and abuse, and plus he was drinking, which is really why I went after him, and... Well, I was afraid he was going to kill someone.
This is sounding like a defense counsel.
No, it's just an excuse. I think my client would like you to take into account as a mitigating factor when you sentence her today. Right now, in fact, because, you know, other than reminding Your Honor that my client is incredibly remorseful, I have nothing further to add. Except that perhaps, respectfully, something in the range of 4 months might be appropriate.
Yeah, I'm okay with 4 months. I was hoping for a little less, but if that's the best you can do, I'm ready to take my punishment.
You understand that I am under no obligation to listen to your lawyer's recommendation.
Yeah, sure. That makes me nervous as shit, her saying that. I mean, 4 months in jail is my absolute tops, Alice. I'm not a freaking criminal.
Taking into account that Miss McGilvery is not some teenager out on a joyride, and that she did deliberately and knowingly steal a police car with the sole intention of apprehending her cheating husband.
Whoa!
And just put members of the public at serious risk by doing so.
Okay, wait a second. I don't like the sound of this. I'm changing my mind. I didn't want to plead guilty in the first place. She talked me into it.
Oh. You're withdrawing your plea?
Yeah. So I have good intent, and plus there's all that other stuff about being a woman under certain situations, which I don't feel my lawyer adequately explored. And therefore, I'm pleading innocent. So, when can I have my trial, eh?
Good luck to you, sir.
Okay.
Is this my ID?
No, it's not really.
Hey, look what I got! I got my ID.
Okay, no, it's not. It's a probation variation. It just, you know what it means? It means you can stay where you are.
Oh, and my probation officer won't care.
So you're okay now?
Yeah, well, you know, except my back's still hurting me a bit, you know, and I get dizzy when I'm upset. Hey, how about you? How's your back?
It's fine. Where's Gloria?
I don't know. Hey, you want me to go look for her?
Yes. No, please. No, you know what? Was that a good idea? If I had to say, you know, I don't think you should go off, you know, but on your own.
Where is his wife, by the way?
Hi, Judge.
How are you doing today, Mr. Willis?
This courtroom smells very moldy.
Okay, you know, Gordon, I told you we're not going to talk about.
You should install an air purification system. I'm designing one now that should do the trick.
Well, let me know when it's finished. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Weeks.
The charges are break and enter, mischief, and common nuisance. Mr. Willis arrived at the Ministry of Environment building at Yonge and St. Clair 2 nights ago and stormed past security into their offices. It says here he was wearing a surgical mask. I don't know, not sure how that's relevant, but...
Well, you never know what kind of experimental chemicals could be floating around a place like that.
You think the Ministry of Environment is storing dangerous chemicals? Wouldn't that be contrary to their mandate? I mean, it'd be kind of crazy.
Try to remember what court you're in, Mr. Weeks.
Right.
Continue.
Sorry. Mr. Willis then proceeded to kick open a number of locked doors and rummage through various files. Okay. When security tried to subdue him, he resisted, yelling that if the boy was returned to him in good health, he wouldn't alert the media.
Your Honor, the Willis's 5-year-old son is in custody with CAS, and when their visitation rights were suspended and CAS failed to provide sufficient information as to why,
it confirmed our suspicion that he had fallen ill.
Right.
The poor little fellow is asthmatic.
Yes, and so they became so concerned that Mr. Willis went to the ministry to, because, you know what, it's for very complex reasons. Can we just leave it at that?
I don't know. Your Honor?
Sure, for now. Keep going, Mr. Sachs.
Okay, and thank you. I actually just got off the phone with CAS, and amazingly, Mr. and Mrs. Willis appear to be, I don't know what you call it, have precognition or something, because their son actually did suffer a severe asthma attack last night, and he's in Sick Kids Hospital. I'm sorry, Gordon, I just found out, so I didn't have time to...
My poor boy. I have to see him.
Stay calm, Mr. Willis.
I will, because panic only breeds more panic.
Panic breeds panic. We don't want that.
In my opinion, Your Honor, CAS panicked a while ago when they removed the child from the family home.
And they did this because of mental health concerns?
In spite of my evaluation that the boy, besides being in no physical danger, and was loved and very well taken care of by these people.
It's been a very difficult time. But my son's medical condition has helped me focus on the central problem of our time, Your Honor.
And what's that, sir?
Don't ask
Mars.
I'm sorry?
Mars.
Okay.
Will it ever be ready for us? And if it is, how long will it take to destroy that planet as well? Look, I'm willing to go there, if that's the only option, but I want a sound ecological plan put into place first. It's all about the future of Mars now, Your Honor.
Okay, but in the meantime, we have to decide what to do with you here on Earth. Dr. Newman.
Well, he'd been doing fine until this incident. I think fear and panic sent him into a spiral. But now that he knows where the boy is, he'll probably recover.
As long as we're allowed to visit.
Well, maybe Mr. Sachs can help you arrange that. Are you all right with a surety release, Mr. Weeks?
Isn't he already on one of those?
You mean, is there a limit? No. We don't think that incarceration is a good option for people like Mr. Willis.
He means environmentalists.
Mr. Willis, if we let you out in the custody of your wife... Where is his wife, by the way?
Don't smile so much. It looks fake.
Is this better?
Perfect. Where you planning on going anyway?
Africa. I think we'll all go to Africa. We can start a new life and combat globalization.
Africa.
Man with the master plan. I'm here it out with the mic in my hand. Yeah.
Sorry about that. I mean, blaming you and making you look kind of incompetent. But I got a bad feeling about that judge's intentions. Anyway, this is not a good time for me to go to jail. My husband just got out of the Dawn, and we need to take the opportunity to spend some time together. Now, the next time he goes in, now that'd be a good time for
We
me.
can't schedule a trial based on speculation about when your husband's going to be in jail.
Yeah, but if I'm going to do a stretch, it's better if we're both inside at the same time. Because when we're out, we need to be working on our relationship. Men are assholes, but what choice do I have? I mean, I'm a feminist and everything. And I ain't no dyke. Anyway, Alice, give me a call and, you know, we'll talk about the trial or maybe just hang out.
No, no. We need to get to court. Today I appear before the Romans to render unto them the truth.
I need this to make his point.
And if you don't leave the premises, you'll be arrested.
I am an advocate for the poor and the homeless.
And the voice of their indignation.
That's right. He is. He's completely harmless. He just needs to get to court to tell people.
Court officers want them to leave.
He'll leave after the reckoning.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Oh, my name is John. I prepare the way.
I am the way.
Oh, I meant I prepared the way for the way. Now give me back that cross. Give me that cross.
Mr. Jackson, you can't take the officers.
That is enough. You are coming with us.
Oh, come on, you don't have to do that.
They'll be at 52 Division.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, I will be there as soon as I can.
Don't trouble yourself with this matter, Alice. Help the needy, help the unloved. And tell Judge Malone to prepare for my trial of trials, which is imminent. He's going to have to find me guilty.
Okay.
Here it is.
Yeah, unless it's a mirage.
s02e12 piece of shit. So, I take this piece of shit and connect it to this piece of shit, and now it's all a piece of shit.
How's it going?
Como la mierda, mi amigo. What do you know about computers?
Oh, nothing. I was really just here to get some tape.
Well, if you knew anything about computers, you would know that these are all pieces of shit. And you would be very impressed if I got them working. You son of a bitch! Why is this monitor not turning on?
Well, this is a serious-looking gun. I mean, I think I'm in over my head again, James. I mean, this weapon was probably used in some fairly serious crimes.
Well, that's what happens when you represent fairly serious criminals.
But he doesn't have a record. See, I checked.
Yeah, well, that's just because he's never been caught.
No, but he told me it was his first robbery, a spontaneous, desperate act.
And that was probably a lie. Sometimes our clients lie to us. And, Neil, they can't help it. God bless them. And if you can't get used to that, you should probably go back to probating wills or real estate or...
insurance work, yeah. Maybe you're giving your 8-year-old daughter a collection of stories by Franz Kafka?
Yeah, they're actually quite lovely and whimsical.
And nicely illustrated, but Kafka? Still, people turn into bugs, don't they?
And that's a problem?
Well, for an 8-year-old, it could...
you bastard. Crap. It's these new antidepressants. I think they're affecting my judgment somehow, but I can't show up empty-handed. I gotta take her something. Do you think Alice would mind if I took this?
Not unless it was a gift from a dead relative or something. But James, can I ask you...
Jesus Christ.
I'm just a little worked up, okay? No, I mean, it's all gonna be okay. I'm on top of it.
Okay.
So, James, should I give it back?
What, to the client?
Yeah.
Well, not unless you want to see it used in another robbery again sometime.
So what, should I give it to the police and get him his deal, which will put him out on the street a lot earlier than he should be, since he's a much worse criminal than I thought? Yeah, okay, fine. I mean, but should I feel bad about that?
Probably. Are you sure about the Kafka?
Okay, close your eyes.
Is that a goose or a duck?
Scratch and win. Scratch and win, you know? Don't make me jump over the fucking counter! Scratch and win!
Hey, which one?
Scratch and win! What?
Which ticket? She doesn't know
Did I ask
which
you
ticket
anything?
you...
Did I ask you?
No, it's okay.
It's okay if you keep your mouth closed!
Okay, you know what? I'll just go.
Shut up!
Look, if you
Shut
want
up
money...
now! Shut up! I told you to shut up! You just had to shut the up! Shut up! Stop it! Shut your mouth, you stupid bitch! What is wrong with her? Shut up!
Next week on This is Wonderland.
I'm taking something that makes me feel better. Why can't you just get that? Are you stupid?
Danny, just...
Shut up! I mean it! Shut up!
You can think I'm a bad lawyer all you want, but I don't know how to defend someone like that. I just don't.
Nancy, it's okay.
Coming up next, The National.